celebrating unforgettable legacies. All right, fun fact, we're family, and all my family knows this. My absolute favorite comedian, probably favorite entertainer of all time is Richard Pryor, period. Period. I could watch JoJo Dancer, Brewster's, you name it, I could watch it every day of my life. Richard Pryor's rise to fame, of course, it's iconic, it's legendary, beating the odds from Peoria, Illinois to become, Rolling Stone got this one right, the greatest comedian of all time. That's what they named it. Now, Richard's greatest legacy, his children are honoring him with a holiday sequel to Brewster's Millions, almost 40 years after he starred in the original role. In this version, Monty Brewster's niece Morgan has to complete certain tasks by Christmas in order to inherit his millions. Take a look.
I'm supposed to be helping people and thinking outside of myself, right? You gotta do something. They can't just throw you out of your home. Why do you care so much?
This is bigger than the both of us. You see all this potential that's been in front of you the whole time.
I'm not a saint, but I am a Brewster. Thank you.
Please welcome to the Tan Fam, Rain Pryor and Richard Pryor Jr. Rain, we just hugged like Celie and Nettie in Color Purple, like, oh my God! Because, fun fact, I started following you on social media, well, it was like 10 years ago, and then Rain followed me back, and I'm like, wait a minute, Rain Pryor, TJ, and I'm like, Tamron Hall, oh my God! And it's crazy to have you both here. Congratulations on this.
Thank you.
Congratulations on it. So I really didn't realize that there have been countless adaptations of Brewster's Million all the way back from 1902.
Yes.
It's been movies, it's been plays, it's been... What is it about this story?
It's about hope.
Yeah.
It's about hope, it's about giving, it's about the season, it's about love, redemption.
And compassion, yes.
Compassion.
Of your father's many, many projects, and as I said, period, I have Richard Pryor t-shirts. My husband was like, please stop walking around with Richard Pryor t-shirts on at our house. But it's his body of work, right?
Yes.
Whether it was the short-lived show, the variety show, which was iconic and why it ended as a story in itself, all the way through the movies and the stand-up, there are layers, but this Brewster's Million, it might be his most universal one. Because as Rain said, it's about hope.
Yes, definitely.
It's about hope, and it's about a man has to find his way through these obstacles in order to get the thing. I think we've all in our lives are hungry for better. Do you know what I mean? And in that you saw humanity. You saw a man who wanted better, who was willing to go through the obstacles to get better for his life.
You play Opal, Morgan Brewster's neighbor who's trying to get back on her feet after some setbacks. We have a clip of Rain in action.
What?
What?
Yes. You want me to sue my former employer and you want to represent me.
I know, it's brilliant, right?
But you're not a lawyer.
But she did go to law school for a few years, right?
Yes, thank you, Andrew. And I've been doing research the past 2 days.
I don't know about this.
And Richard, you play Monty. You step into the role of Monty.
Yes.
I got to ask, you know, is it intimidating?
Yeah. It was intimidating, but it was also gratitude and just love, genuine love from my dad. And for him to be able to speak as an ancestor, to have me walk into that and to have that open up for me to be able to do that, it was a full circle moment for myself, I know, and for both of us, being able to play.
I'm going to be honest here because I have to be. The whole time both of you talking, all I can is like, she looks just like her dad. He looks just like his dad. I mean, really, it is amazing how different you both look, but how you both look exactly like this man.
Absolutely. No denying it.
Okay, so Richard Pryor Jr., when you do a reservation at a restaurant, do you say, hey, I'd like a table for two for Richard Pryor?
Richard Pryor, if I'm in person, I'll say Richard Pryor, and they'll automatically look up And then they're like, and I was like, Junior. And then they're like, oh my God, you look just
like
him.
your dad. I mean, this is a beautiful way to remember his legacy, to bring the family together. They're not going anywhere. I've got more questions for Rain and Richard, their relationship and their father's legacy. I love it. We'll be right back.
I noticed when I was young, like, my people, if they didn't want to holler at you, they make a funny move with their body. You ever had your parents do this? If you're doing something wrong, they look at you and go.
Welcome back. That was the iconic comedian Richard Pryor's first TV appearance in 1964 on Broadway tonight. Ooh. And we are here with his daughter, Rain, his son, Richard Pryor Jr., honoring your father with Brewster's Million. Yes. I love how you both have talked so openly about what a great dad he was.
Yes.
He was.
And people, for whatever reason, because of all the other stories in Hollywood, they sometimes are surprised by that.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Because Hollywood is a crazy world. And our dad had very outspoken about it himself, his addiction. Yeah. So people just assume that was like, you know,
when you think of your dad, what is the first thing that comes to mind?
I miss him, and there was a lot of love. I miss being able to talk to him about anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
The love and the that compassion and that being with him, just to be in his presence and the truth and all that. I miss it so much.
Yeah. You wrote your book. You talked about him being a good dad.
Yes.
And being there, and his vulnerabilities really inspired us to talk about our vulnerabilities.
Exactly. It was a thing like, if you go through something, if you don't tell anybody something, try to help somebody. If you can help somebody do something, do that. So it was important for me to tell my story and to tell the story as far as like how dad was to us.
Right.
Because he was just dad to us.
Right.
That's incredible. I tell you, when I was creating this show, I took in a lot of old episodes of talk shows, and they all assume that, okay, she's going to bring in Oprah clips and say she wants to be Oprah, and there's no problem with that. But I brought in Richard Pryor's show, Dinah Shore. I brought in all of these other shows that they were surprised. Merv Griffin.
Yes.
Right.
Because I liked the notes of those shows. And I know with Richard Pryor, his show wasn't on very long, like 4 or 5 episodes.
Yes.
Because he took a stand.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He was always outspoken and ahead of his time.
Yeah.
And he taught us that as well, how to show up in our full.
Yeah.
That's how I was going to show up on our first episode. But the networks wouldn't approve it. Can you imagine? But he was ahead of his time.
He was ahead of his time, and he taught us how to stand on our own. You know, he wanted us to be individual people. Yes, he knew
you had jobs. You worked at a hot dog stand.
Yes, I did.
And
Grocery stores.
Grocery store.
Yeah.
Because I would have been like, Dad, you're Richard Pryor. What are you talking about?
He made us work. Like 13, 14, we had to work.
You had to work in his house, in his presence.
Yes.
And you're both still working to protect the legacy, to create on your own. I know that you both...
And to stand in our own shoes and to really, I think, when you honor a legacy, you're honoring our ancestors. And as we honor our ancestors, the best way is for us to continue to push forward in our own lives.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, and that's who we are.
And I love that you both have your own families. Your husband is here.
Yeah, my husband is wet. He's up there. We've only been married 5 months, so.
Wait a minute, you just got married 5 months ago?
June, yeah.
In June?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I love that. Well, Brewster's Million is about family, it's about heart, and I love how you've not only protected your father's legacy, but you've created your own.
Yes,
and that's a big thing. Congratulations.
So
I can't believe we're finally.
Thank you so much.
All right, give it up. Oh.
I want to make sure I give you this, a signed copy of my book.
Oh, you gave me a signed copy.
Yeah.
I'm in the family now. Give it up for Rain Pryor, Richard Pryor Jr. Brewster's Million Christmas premieres December 5th on BET+. Gather the whole family.